CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Miriam Valdez-Carletti.
Good evening. Rivers, streams and storm ponds have risen all around Edmonton. With the days of heavy rain, EPCOR says the minimum reported rainfall from a city station is 70 millimeters since Sunday. CTV's Connor Hogg has more on the impacts to some people's homes.
Constant rain is creating new temporary waterfront property around Edmonton. While just outside the city, unpaved roads are a problem, thick mud slowing down travelers. It's not just water on the ground that's causing anxiety for some.
My daughter had called me and said that our smoke alarm was going off.
Rain is falling inside Christine Archambault's home as well as outside. A few days ago, her upstairs smoke and CO2 detectors kept going off.
The reason was that there was water leaking down the roof, and that was what had caused it.
Traffic on the Yellowhead this morning reopened after being drowned out yesterday. Visible flooding on roads and stormwater ponds is adding to concerns for some.
She goes, "Mom, there's water." And I was like, "Oh no, it's probably just condensation."
The rain has been a source of stress for Jess Gels. While some leaky windows can be managed easily, when she looks outside her upstairs window, she sees something a little more concerning.
To see it as high as it is and how close it is to the people that are literally backing onto the lake, because we are just like maybe one house removed from that. It's a little anxiety inducing for sure. I've definitely find myself looking up out the window a little bit more often just to see where we're at.
It is absolutely insane for us right now, and we're kind of used to it, and we've got to be the calm during the storm.
Shield Foundation Repairs Todd Ivanachko says if water does start to make its way into your home, call for help and try to contain it.
Try and contain the water with towels and bed sheets and whatever you've got, old socks and laundry. Roll back your carpet and the underlay.
Ivanachko recommends getting your sump pump serviced and inspected as well. Back in Sherwood Park, Jess Gels is monitoring hers.
My husband called me this morning. He's like, "Hey, did you check the sump pump? I forgot to check before I went to work." And I was like, "I will do that right now after I change the towels on the windows."
EPCOR says the storm drain system is working well. There are no capacity issues at this time. And down in Calgary and nearby mountain parks, the steady rain has brought flashbacks to the 2013 floods. While the weather has turned out to be much less intense, one Canmore restaurant has been forced to close, and some visitors had a close call with a rock slide. CTV's Tyler Barrow has more.
And then look what happened just ahead of us.
A close call Maritimer Tricia Livingston won't forget.
This rock from the ledge just came tumbling down, and it was insane.
It happened on a section of the Spray Lakes Road that has since been closed. Livingston and two friends were driving back into Canmore Monday night after visiting the Spray Lakes Range. She says they were 50 meters away when debris started falling down the mountain.
We sit there and think like, oh my goodness, what if we took one less picture, or like just the timing, like you never know, right?
In Canmore, some are dealing with the aftermath from all the rain. The Drake Screaming Retriever restaurant and brewery had to close Monday after its basement flooded.
The biggest damage was the loss of 2 days, 2 days of revenue. The staff won't be getting hours for those 2 days.
And as the Bow River flows from the mountains through Calgary, water is running high in Calgary, but significant flooding is not expected.
It's close to peak in the Calgary area, just over 400 cubic meters per second, and might go a little bit higher, but it's, again, far lower than the peaks that occurred in 2013.
Some pathways will remain closed, and monitoring continues for riverbank erosion and damage to bridges.
Oh yeah, I wasn't out when it was pouring rain. Thank goodness I didn't have to go out.
Many Calgarians were happy to see the rain, but at this point, they've had enough.
Definitely enjoy it more without rain because I like walking outside during my lunchtime.
It's nice and calm. Running is nice and cool now. So,
Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Calgary.
The city of St. Albert is asking people to stay away from the Sturgeon River after a wastewater pipeline break. It happened yesterday near the corner of Sir Winston Churchill Avenue and Kingswood Drive. The water forced the city to close part of the Red Willow Trail system. Some of the water made it to the river. Alberta Health Services is now testing the water quality. If anyone has any health concerns, they're asked to call Alberta HealthLink. The group pushing for Alberta separation says the Premier's cost claims for independence are false. Daniel Smith said this week the move would cost hundreds of billions, while separatists say their math shows billions in revenue. CTV's Tyson Fedor reports.
The leaders of the Alberta independence movement say Premier Danielle Smith is inflating the cost of the province separating from Canada.
Keep in mind, this is going to be a negotiated divorce.
Alberta Prosperity Project lawyer Jeff Rath believes the Premier's Monday estimate of leaving of at least $400 billion misses the mark.
If it was twice the price of that, I would still say that it's 100% worth it, right? Just to get out from underneath the boot of Ottawa.
Separatists have shared door hanger information cards. They also say, as a standalone country, many systems are already in place, which would be taken over by an Alberta government.
Paying for immigration, paying for border control, paying for airports, paying for an Alberta army, picking up the tab, tripling the amount of money going into Indigenous communities in this province. Doing all of that, Alberta would have $29 to $48 billion fiscal capacity surplus.
Smith listed off a host of federal services that would need to transition to Alberta control, including Border Patrol, post offices, NATO commitments, CPP, EI, and railways. The Premier also pointed to renegotiating trade deals and being slapped with tariffs.
I came up with almost $400 billion worth of transitional costs that we'd have to assume, in addition to somewhere between $25 to $50 billion worth of annual costs.
We're going to have a better trade agreement in a free and independent Alberta than Canada has, because we haven't been constantly sticking our finger in the eye of the president.
But economist Trevor Toome refutes those claims, long documenting that scrapping income and sales taxes would cut nearly $80 billion from government revenues, with his bottom line stating that a separate Alberta would be a poorer Alberta. Smith says the province will have its own costing document provided to Albertans before August. Tyson Fedor, CTV News, Calgary.
Retired Judge Brian O'Farrell will head a new panel to redraw Alberta's electoral boundaries. The provincial government rejected an impartial panel's first set of recommendations. It's leaving it up to a UCP-led committee to redraw the ridings map. The opposition questions how O'Farrell can be impartial, given he's donated money to the UCP. The UCP says the retired justice is free to personally participate in the political process and still be trusted to be impartial professionally. Leaders from the teachers' organizations across Canada are condemning the use of the notwithstanding clause to end labor disputes. Last year, the Alberta government used the clause to force teachers back to work during a strike. Following a meeting in Banff today, teaching organizations released a joint statement condemning its use and similar actions in other provinces. The president of the Canadian Teachers Federation says the clause was meant to be used in extreme circumstances, not to bypass bargaining.
If any government is allowed to bulldoze worker rights and tip the bargaining tables in their favor in this way, it will happen again. And it could be any worker in Canada who suffers the consequences of that misuse in the future.
The statement calls on all levels of government to pledge to not use the notwithstanding clause in the context of labor relations with teachers. Alberta's education minister says the government stands by its decision to use the clause and will not hesitate to use every available legal tool to defend its students. A neighborhood in southeast Edmonton is proving you can fight City Hall. It took just 3 days for the city to remove a four-way stop after hundreds of complaints. CTV's Jeremy Thompson explores whether people in Maple found a shortcut to getting issues addressed quickly.
It's once again a free flow of traffic on Maple Road in southeast Edmonton. Drivers only have to stop to make a left turn or when someone's crossing the street. It wouldn't normally be notable, but it's a big change from the traffic backups drivers experienced over the weekend because of a new four-way stop.
Every car is having to stop just on that stop sign. This has given anxiety to a lot of people thinking about going on Monday to school or to work or wherever.
The city says the four-way was put in because drivers had asked for a safer way to turn onto Maple Road.
This was the worst possible decision.
The city's director of safe mobility says her team used engineering guidelines and the results of a site assessment of traffic operations at the intersection prior to implementing the new measures. Some delay was anticipated, but the assessment did not predict drive times for some would quadruple.
Emails, 311 requests, social media posts.
Hundreds of people complained to the city and Councillor Joanne Wright. And less than 3 days after being installed, a city crew took them down.
Like, is sending 100 emails a shortcut to getting your complaint addressed?
No, I don't think it was.
Wright believes the severity of the impact and simplicity of the solution are what led to such a quick response. The city confirms there is no complaint threshold that would trigger immediate action.
When I did contact them on Monday morning, they were on it right away, realizing the impact to the community.
The councillor is still in talks with city staff about paving the other access road into the neighbourhood to lighten the traffic burden on Maple Road. In the meantime, when it comes to getting your concerns addressed quickly,
please have patience. Use our 311 system. That's what it's there for. Yeah. Don't expect miracles every time.
Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
A milestone has been reached in the expansion of the River Cree Resort and Casino. Construction crews have topped off the new hotel tower, completing the 20th and final floor of the building. The project will now move into its interior construction phase as work on the expansion continues. Crews say a golf center, surgical center, and spa are also coming to the resort in 2028.
We lead the way in economic development in Canada for First Nations. We don't stop. We're going to keep building and not stop building until we have everything in place here. It's going to be basically a 10-minute city that has all the amenities of any resort, and we're second to none.
The hotel addition is expected to open summer 2027. The FIFA World Cup kicks off next week. With 48 countries competing, local soccer fans of all backgrounds are cheering for more than just Team Canada. CTV's Nirman Issa has more.
Osorio drives it in! Jonathan Osorio with the goal to give Canada the lead in Edmonton.
A 2-0 win for Canada in an international friendly against Uzbekistan served as a warm-up for next week's FIFA World Cup. More than 46,000 fans braved the torrential downpour to watch in person.
It's amazing being able to actually experience it in North America. I didn't think it was ever going to happen, especially in my lifetime.
Canada, the U.S., and Mexico are hosting this year's FIFA World Cup. 48 countries are competing to be crowned the best soccer nation. Over on Alberta Avenue, one of Edmonton's most diverse neighbourhoods, fans of all backgrounds are cheering for Canada, second only to their home countries.
Cheers! Let's go Portugal!
At this Portuguese restaurant, it's obvious which team these patrons are cheering for. They also say it's exciting to see soccer grow as a game on Canadian soil.
Well, it's about time because we're always hockey and football and no soccer, right? Now finally it's spreading out.
Further down the street at Kaswa Tropical Food Market, fan support is behind the African countries.
Cheering for the Democratic Republic of Congo, that's my country of origin, and of course the country that hosts me now, Canada.
At La Morenita, it's all about Mexican pride for the most part.
Who are you cheering for?
Mexican. Both Mexico and Canada.
The international tournament kicks off June 11th. Canada's first match is next Friday against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Nair Misa, CTV News, Edmonton.
Coming up next, police searching for suspects in a convenience store robbery. Also just ahead, how Alberta scores on a national poverty report card.
It's getting expensive.
More than a little bit unaffordable. They're becoming very unaffordable.
Good evening, folks. The Super Soaker is done, and here are the official numbers. Blatchford, close to 80 millimeters worth of rain, just over 80. There are a lot of backyard stations, though, and rain gauges around the Edmonton region, around or just over 100 millimeters rain. Keep in mind, the average total rainfall for April and May combined is just over 70 millimeters, so in 2.5 days, about 2 months worth of spring rain. There is more rain in the forecast towards the end of the week, but sunshine for tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk more about that in a couple minutes.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Police say a family dispute led to the discovery of a body downtown. Police say the body of a 74-year-old man was found in the area of 104 Avenue and 122nd Street yesterday. Earlier, police were responding to a family dispute at a West Edmonton condo. While arresting a 36-year-old man, officers obtained information about another crime scene where the senior's body was found. Police say the two are known to each other. Police are looking for two people after a convenience store worker was stabbed in the middle of the day. Police released photos of two people they're hoping to identify. Police say in mid-May, a man and woman entered a store at 157th Street and Stony Plain Road. Police say they were shoplifting and the clerk confronted them. During a struggle, the clerk was stabbed. He was taken to hospital with injuries, non-life-threatening injuries. Anyone with information is asked to contact police. In Edmonton, police are looking for the person they believe set a fire in North Macaulay early last month. Police believe this man was responsible for a fire at a business near 91st Street and 111 Avenue. He was wearing a black Adidas sweater, blue jeans, and black and white Adidas shoes. He was riding an orange mountain bike with a small blue wagon. Anyone with information or surveillance footage is asked to contact police. Edmonton is getting a new facility for the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner to help complete death investigations faster. The current medical examiner building was built in 1983. The province says the new facility will have specialized space for exams and autopsies, along with improved lab and storage capacity. The province says it will increase the ability to respond to complex cases and mass casualty events. New toxicology equipment will be able to detect and measure alcohol, drugs, and opioids in deceased people. It will cost $125 million and is expected to take 4 years to complete. Questions are being raised about Canada's Food Bank's annual poverty report card. While no province did exceptionally well, Alberta's D- score put it near the bottom. As CTV's Curtis Goodrum reports, one economist says it's missing some critical information.
For many shoppers, the first Tuesday of the month is grocery day. It's when several local stores offer a discount of 10%.
It's getting expensive, yes.
More than a little bit unaffordable. They're becoming very unaffordable.
So unaffordable that last summer, Edmonton's Food Bank reported requests for help hitting an all-time high.
If they're on a fixed income, their income stays the same and groceries go up all the time. No wonder food bank usage is going up so much.
These people aren't the only ones concerned with prices. A recent report from Canada's Food Bank gave Alberta a D- on its report card. However, one economist says that this doesn't provide a clear picture on what Alberta could do better.
It's very difficult to see where learning takes place when the grading is so harsh, so to speak.
While toughly graded, the report did list ways Alberta could improve, including rental caps, low-income apprenticeships, and developing a poverty reduction strategy. U of A economist Joseph Marchand says there has been an increase in poverty levels from young adults looking for entry-level jobs.
That's one way that a bad labor market for a particular cohort that's coming out of school could translate into worse poverty measures.
In a statement, Canada's Food Bank said food insecurity in Canada has risen to crisis levels, and we welcome a diversity of perspectives, and that housing costs and struggles with affordability are impacting food security in every province. Marchand says future reports should provide greater perspective on subjective categories like how people are feeling about their own financial picture.
I believe in the MBM measure for poverty rate, and I think that that's a strong component in this report.
Curtis Goodrum, CTV News, Edmonton.
After the break, students abuzz over new beehives at their school.
I feel like it's just really not awe-inspiring but humbling to remind ourselves of these tiny but mighty creatures' presence in our world.
After all this rain, you may feel ready for a spring refresh. Wednesday on Your Morning, we'll talk about what's going on in our brains and bodies at this time of the season and how to take advantage.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by the music of Harry Potter with your Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Learn more at winspearcenter.com.
Welcome back. Temperatures didn't move all that much through the day today as we were stuck again about 10 degrees cooler than average. Should get a little closer to average, though, in the coming days. Some showers in east central parts of the province. Here in Edmonton, just cloudy skies overnight and tomorrow morning. And then the sun starts to break through the clouds in the afternoon. Now, if that happens early enough in the afternoon, and if there are some big gaps in the cloud cover, we could see temperatures maybe as warm as 19 tomorrow. I've got 17 in the forecast. Somewhere back close to average, though. Chance of some showers and thunderstorms bubbling up through the foothills and into western Alberta tomorrow evening. I don't think that hits the Edmonton area, but Thursday, really good chance in the northwest and across the south to see some thunderstorms, and a chance in the Edmonton area as well for some late afternoon or early evening showers or thunderstorms. And then Friday, again, you get a chance of some late day showers or thunderstorms. And both Saturday and Sunday have a pretty good chance of some showers or some periods of steadier rain. 9 in Fort McMurray as well as Grand Prairie. 8s for Edmonton and Red Deer tomorrow morning. Your daytime highs, mid to high teens across the northeast. Around 20 in through the Peace Country. Maybe just above 20 in Grand Prairie with cloudy skies. 17 in Red Deer and about 18 for Lloydminster. Jasper into the low 20s. Get to about 17, maybe as warm as 19 tomorrow. Again, dependent on the sunshine in the afternoon. 20 and 22. Daytime hours look good. Late afternoon, evening hours, chance of some scattered showers. And then there's a high degree of uncertainty with which of those 2 days this weekend could have the steadiest of the rainfall. It's not going to be a repeat of the heavy rain we had the past couple of days. But one or both of those days has a very good chance of seeing some showers or some periods of steadier rain, and daytime highs will get knocked back into the mid to high teens through the weekend. Low 20s, maybe even mid 20s, it looks like, for next week as some warmer air starts to take hold. That is your forecast.
Young musicians took the stage tonight at the Windspear. The annual Road to Joy concert is a fundraiser supporting the Youth Orchestra of Northern Alberta, better known as Yona. This year's show will feature performances from Yona's newest musicians from Ivor Dance School. Van Halen fans will be able to dance the night away when David Lee Roth comes to the River Cree this summer. The former Van Halen frontman is bringing his solo show to the River Cree on July 10th. Tickets go on sale Friday. Thousands of bees moved into an Edmonton high school this week. The new addition will give students in the natural science program an up-close look at how a hive works. CTV's Amanda Anderson has more.
And then we just slid the frames in.
The contents of that box have captivated students. Inside are thousands of honeybees.
I think it's really cool that they've already started to make some of the honeycomb. You know, they just got here, but they've been working hard all night to build things, and it's only going to pick up once it gets more sunny because then they're able to go outside.
Thanks to a grant through the Bee Cause Project, W.P. Wagner High School was able to add a glass-encased hive to its natural science program.
We have a greenhouse, but I've definitely tried to expand the program to be more than plants, and bees are just a perfect way to tie in the natural world with plants and everything we've been doing.
There's a pipe connected to the hive that allows the bees to go outside and collect pollen.
Bring it back, make honey out of that, feed their young, feed themselves in the winter, and that's their hive. And so every bee has a job. There's worker bees, drone bees, and the queen bee.
A process students get to watch unfold firsthand.
I feel like it's just really not awe-inspiring but humbling to remind ourselves of these tiny but mighty creatures' presence in our world, and also how much they do for us.
The more I can connect students and get them away from their phones, get them away from digital, and this is real world, boom, here it is right in front of your face, I think that is very powerful.
There was some apprehension when students learned the beehive was coming.
A little bit. I was scared that they were going to kind of be out in the community, in the school area, or around the school, stinging people and causing a mess, but no, they're really well set up.
And reassurance from their teacher that other schools have not reported any bee stings stings in the years they've had similar observation hives.
These potentially will be here for years as long as they survive the winter. This will be a long-term investment in our school.
He just hopes the same way bees are attracted to flowers, these pollinators will help attract more students to learn about them. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
And that's our show for this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good night.